Welcome back. Another week of the ZBK podcast. Chris, AJ, Josh, episode who knows again because I had to stop keeping track of the numbers. Let's jump right in. Hope you all having a good week. Highlights of the week. AJ, what is your highlight of the week?
You know what my highlight of the week is? It's nothing to do with Arsenal. My highlight of the week is Boston owning Toronto once again in Game 7, in even more heartbreaking fashion by going to overtime and scoring an overtime winner.
What
You are now property of the Boston Bruins, Toronto. I'm sorry.
do you
That's
mean
my
now?
highlight of the week. I can't stand Toronto.
What do you
Can't stand
mean
Toronto
now?
fans.
Thank you for
I don't even care.
clarifying Bruins there.
I don't even like the Bruins. I even like the Bruins, but like they're better than Toronto Maple Leafs fans. So at
Sure. All right, Josh,
least
what's
they're
your highlight of the
American.
week?
My highlight of the week is Chelsea winning against a garbage team. My highlight, no, sorry. Highlight of the week is Chelsea winning 5-0 against West Ham. I'll take it. It's good. It just feels nice after an awful season. At least we can hopefully finish with wins instead of losses. Um, but I don't know, man. I just don't know what those results mean for us. If we can finish in a Europe spot, then that's cool. I'll take it. It's better than nothing. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Um, so it at least gives me something to actually want to watch for, because there's still something that we can achieve here. But that's my highlight.
Yeah. My highlight of the week is Messi's
Yeah.
1 goal, 5 assist game against Red Bulls on Saturday. Ronaldo had a hat trick earlier in the day, and Messi said, "Watch this," and put on the best performance of his life, probably, or one of them. He's played 7 games this season and has 9 goals and 10 assists, or 10 goals and 9 assists in all games this season for Miami. So it's a farmers league as we like to call it, but it's still entertaining to watch him go out and walk around the field and still score and assist everything known to mankind. So it makes soccer fun again because I'm not having fun in the English Premier League. Let's move on to the English Premier League. Let's recap the weekend. AJ, why don't you go and kick us off? You played Bournemouth, the breakfast game over here in the US, 7:30 a.m. against Bournemouth. Easy 3-0 win. Why don't you walk us through your thoughts? Another day.
Okay. Another good team performance by the guys. I mean, every game is must win now, like everybody everybody knows like if we drop a game like we don't even have a chance. Like I mean, it's one of those. So I mean, out of all the games you see on the schedule, this is definitely like the one you feel could be the trap game type of deal. So I was a little bit wary going into this game. But I mean, they got it done. Bournemouth played really well. I mean, honestly, like and I'm gonna be honest with you, they kind of got screwed in some aspects. Like, yeah, the penalty was a penalty, but like, I don't know, man. Like, he's definitely dragging his leg. Like, I know what he's doing. Everybody knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? And I mean, I guess until that rule changes, like until like uh if the player forces contact with the goalkeeper and was it like and that gets reversed, like they amend the rules to say that like if a player forces contact first, it's not a penalty. I mean, I that's the only way I see that being fixed. Um, but yeah, got us into the game, got us into a rhythm. We go on for a spell again. Not a lot of action, not a lot of things happening. And then our guys just come up again. Trossard scores. Always a big moment guy. They get one back, which is also rightly unjustly taken back. I feel like it was barely a foul on David Raya. He needs to be better than that. I'm tired of him, but whatever. I guess he wins a Golden Glove. He wins the participation trophy for having the best backline in the league, one of the best backlines in the league. So,
It's true.
uh, And then Declan, who won man of the match, and I thought did really have a really good match, finishes it off, clean goal. I mean, it's just what you want. We have another big game at Old Trafford next Sunday, this upcoming Sunday. Like, I know we're laughing now. I mean, as we'll talk about later in this pod, but I mean, once again, it's a game you look at and you're like, well, you could lose. Like, it's any game is losable. At least for like being an Arsenal fan. Like, if you're a City fan, you just look at all your matches like, yeah, we're winning the title. Who cares?
Yeah.
But so I thought it was fine. I think we got 2 more games to go. All I can ask for is 6 points. That's all I
That's
can
fair.
ask for.
All you can ask for. Let's make this a good sandwich here. Start with we'll keep positive with AJ. We'll go negative with me real quick, and then we'll end with Josh's Chelsea positive. Let's just get this over with. I'm tired. We lost 4-0 to Palace today as we're recording this. Yeah, I mean, I get it. We're injured. We're playing what was probably a preseason lineup, but there's no reason to lose 4-0 to a mid-table club like Palace. I mean,
Well,
we lost 3-0 to Bournemouth this season, so I'm not
they have
surprised.
their
Hold
best
on.
players
What was
back.
Josh
So
gonna say? What was Josh gonna say?
they have their only good players back. So
Yeah, and they have new manager bounce still with this new guy, Oliver Glasner, looks really good for them.
yeah.
But I don't even know what to say. There's no greens in the FOTMOB ratings. Everybody was in orange and Casemiro was
The
in
only green
red.
was the money line for Crystal Palace.
That's so true. But we picked up 3 new injuries before the game. Bruno missed his first ever game due to injury in his career. McTominay trained this week, but then got re-injured his injury during the week, and then Harry Maguire somehow on Sunday morning it came out that he's missing 3 weeks now. So we're down to scraps. Johnny Evans apparently failed his fitness test before the game, but still had to play because otherwise we wouldn't have enough players to play the game today. So it's just shambles, man. And I watched Casemiro get dogged for 90 minutes while he's wearing the captain's armband for my club. So yeah, it was a rough game. I'm not ready to go to Arsenal next Sunday, or we're hosting you. I'm not ready to play that game. I don't know if I'm going to watch that game because watching the 70 minutes that I watched today,
Well,
I'm just
you have to
extremely
watch
sad.
it
I do have
because
to
I
watch
watched
it.
every minute of
Don't even
Arsenal
act
beat
like
us
you're not gonna
5-0.
watch it, bro.
I know. I say
I
that I
literally
won't
watched the
watch it.
entire Chelsea Arsenal game, bro.
Yeah, Josh watched Chelsea get battered 5-0.
Yeah, but that was in the midst
Fucking
of
weird.
you winning games, so it's fine. And you just beat Everton 4-0 the week before, or whatever, 5-0, 6-0, whatever it
They
was.
beat Everton like 6-0.
And
Yeah.
then lost to you guys 5-0, and then now they're beating West Ham 5-0. So I don't know. I'll watch the game. I always watch the game, depressed or not depressed. We'll go into this game with zero expectations. We'll talk about predictions of that game after Josh picks us up with some positive Chelsea news.
Yeah, so Chelsea beat West Ham. I didn't watch the game. Terrible podcast content. I was working like a dog this entire week, so I was just freaking sleeping because I got home like 4 hours before the game. So I didn't get to watch it, but we won. So that's awesome. I'll tell you the goal scorers.
Wow, what a
Palmer.
positive review.
Oh, you know what? The one thing I'll take out of this entire game is that Nico Jackson has, I think he tied or he either broke even or surpassed by one Didier Drogba's debut season for Chelsea as far as goals and assists, or maybe it's just goals.
That's really good.
So that's good for him, especially in our worst season
Never
in a long time.
Never forget he had a hat trick
Against Spurs.
Yeah,
against
he scored
nine-man
six.
Spurs.
He scored like almost a quarter of his goals or half of his goals against Spurs, which is even better.
Yeah,
Cole
he's got
Palmer also
16.
scored.
Nico's got 16 goals and 6 assists on the season.
I mean, I can give you some things that I didn't get to watch the game. I even haven't gone to watch the highlights, bro. This is my first day off. But I was watching some different Chelsea content creators, and I think it's awesome that we're starting to get results. I just don't think we should jump and get excited. I already see people saying like, "Oh my gosh, give Poch time." Bro, it's 2 results on an entire season. We're at the end of the season. Please give me a
Give him
break,
the
bro.
extension. Give him the
Give him the
extension.
blank
No.
contract. Give him whatever he wants.
We won 2 games in a row decently, and now we're excited. I will say Trevor Chalobah has been amazing in these last 2 games. Now that he's giving it a shot because everyone's hurt and dying, which we always knew Trevor Chalobah was a great player. But he was kind of sided out for whatever reason, whether it be like FFP or whatever. I think that he's got to stay in a team, especially with us losing Silva, and then our both of our captains being freaking hospice care 24/7 throughout the season. So I don't know, man. But I mean, hey, I'll take it. West Ham lost, we won. Man United lost, huge for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we are now ahead of them on the table. Surprisingly, which if you think Chelsea's having a bad season,
Ours is
we're
even
having one
worse.
of our season. United shouldn't be doing worse than us, but they are. So we'll take it. Lots of things have to happen this season. The 3 games we got left for us to qualify. One of them being United have to lose to City in the FA Cup final for us to get like a 7th spot,
Yeah.
7th place,
hmm
something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know. I saw a whole thing. It was
Yeah,
super
because if
complicated.
we win the final, we get Europa League.
Right. So we'll see what happens. Cole Palmer goal, awesome. I don't know, man. I need to watch the highlights. I haven't gone to watch them.
I
It's
saw
just been a
I saw
long
I
week.
saw Cole
Um,
Palmer's the third player under 21 to hit 30 goals and assists
Yeah, which is
ever.
awesome too.
So
So thank you, City.
his breakout
I've
season
also
continues. Go ahead,
I've
AJ, sorry.
also I've also thought Nani had a really good game and he's had really good impact. Now
Who?
he's getting starts and getting into
Oh,
the
Nani
team.
Madueke.
Nani Madueke. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just very young. Our team is just young, man. It is, and they have games where
Yeah.
they can be
I think
brilliant.
sorry. And I was just gonna also mention that I feel like I think a big mistake you guys could make this transfer window is letting go of Connor Gallagher.
Yeah, I agree. I like Gallagher. But
FFP, baby.
FFP
There he
exists,
is.
so
No, I know
um
FFP, but like I don't know, some of those other guys who just kind of rot on the bench, bro.
What if you
Can
just
go,
what if you
like
just
I
sell
don't
Reece
know.
James? Thoughts? What if you
we
just sell
would
Reece
never sell
James
Richie.
for like 80
We
mil
won't.
to Real Madrid and that
Oh
covers your
yeah,
FFP?
not again, another Mason Mount again, bro.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't happen. Um, we can sell everyone else though. Uh,
What about
sell
freaking
Robson.
Chukwemeka, bro?
I
Like, what
like
has that guy
Carney.
done?
Chukwuemeka wouldn't be FFP because he's not an
First of
academy
all,
player.
first of all, he had a freaking hamstring
I
injury. What do you
guess.
want from him? I guess. Yeah. Freak out
Just
of here, bro.
selling Kunku. Just
No.
Yeah.
Carney's great. Look, these guys are young.
Okay,
They
so
have a lot of
Cucurella.
raw talent. Hey, be quiet and let me talk. These guys are young and they have a lot of raw talent that needs to be harnessed. Nani's a great 1v1 taker on, just like Christian was. Christian's a little bit older. I think Nani, if he can just be taught and harnessed well, I think he has even better take on ability than Christian. Um, he's great. Same thing with Carney. Super good, super clinical.
Mhm.
I don't know what we're doing with Mikhailo. He's just there for vibes. But I mean, people see something in him. I don't know. He needs to do something before I start getting in awe of him. Also, I want to just give a quick shout out to Mark Cucurella, a player that can do the worst and get the name Cacarella and then put on a freaking man of the match performance in the next game. I don't know, man. It's confusing. We're confused. We're more confused than your average sister in high school, probably. Who knows? So here we are. But you know what? We'll take the win. And we're going game by game. Game by game is what I'm taking it as.
Yeah.
Our next match is against Forest. So, we can be doing great and then we can lose to a team fighting relegation. We'll see.
Mhm. Yeah, they're gonna be all in because they have to
Yeah,
win
they're
this
good. Yeah, they
UCL.
need to win. They need more points to secure.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
if they win, I don't know the math. I'm not good at math, but if they win and Luton and Burnley both lose, then it's confirmed who's going down. Like it'll be Luton and Burnley that both go down.
Yeah.
if Forest
Yeah.
win against you
So-
guys on Saturday.
Overall,
Stinks.
football is coming to an end. 3 games left in the season. A little more for people that are still competing, like Chris.
I couldn't be happier.
Champions League is still going on, which is cool and fun. There's still good matches going on in there.
Yeah, you want
but-
to touch on those real quick?
Let's not. Let's just
Sure.
save that for another one. We're gonna
Alright.
talk about the NFL a lot. So
Okay.
All right. I was just gonna talk about how Dortmund beat PSG and we've never been happier.
I love Dortmund.
Yeah, because Sancho.
Yeah, my goat, Jadon Sancho.
Yeah,
All
he was
right.
cooking up.
No.
Let's wrap the soccer segment up with Arsenal Man United predictions. Let me just redo this real quick. Arsenal are minus 260
You're
favorites.
just gonna read an injury list, Chris?
No, I got DraftKings up.
You just- Okay.
Arsenal are minus 260 favorites to win the game. To draw is negative 700. So
Gosh.
yeah, Arsenal are heavy favorites to win this game on Sunday.
What are your odds, bro?
Plus 550. So let's see. Let me just put 50 bucks on us to win. 50 bucks for United to win the game would be $325. So it's very,
Don't tempt me,
very,
bro.
very unlikely United win this game. AJ, as a resident Arsenal fan, give us your unbiased prediction for the game. As much unbiased as you can be.
Dude, I don't know. I'm actually. I mean, I'm a little worried, just because like I know you guys drop a stinker like that.
I hate when you say this
And
because
I
you shouldn't be
know-
worried at
and-
all.
What did you ask him, bro?
I know I shouldn't, but like I
tired of
just
this
know.
Pod
I know
content.
this team. I know Arsenal. They just have it.
Right,
They
bro.
just have it in them,
50
and so do
50 bucks
United.
will
To
win
where
me
like,
310.
oh yeah, United look like booty cheeks. But guess what? Guess what? We play Arsenal, so guess what?
Wait, how much are you putting down?
50 wins me 310.
Yeah, how much
bro.
are you putting down?
50 on United wins them 310
Let me
bucks.
just say something. Let me just say something,
All
bro.
right, we get AJ. Wait, hold on. Let AJ finish his prediction. Give your freaking score
I don't
prediction.
know. He lost his chance when he said he's worried. Get out of here, bro. Tired of this garbage.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, says the guy who's placing $50 on United to win right now.
First of all, I didn't. Second of all,
He
if
hasn't done
the
it yet.
Nuggets win tonight and I get the winnings, then I'm definitely putting the winnings on you.
Yeah, good luck.
right.
They're down freaking 20 points right now.
The Nuggets are
Um,
actually.
Yeah, it's like 47-30 last
Yeah.
time I checked.
They're getting dogged
Good.
on right now.
Good.
All right, AJ, quick score prediction: 2-1, 3-1, 4-1,
Give me
6-1.
3-1. 3-1.
All right,
3-1. 3-0. 3-0 again.
heck yeah. Josh, what's your prediction?
7-0 Arsenal.
Dude, I wrote in the
7
notes.
up.
I wrote in the
Are
notes.
we gonna
3-0.
7 up them?
I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly think Arsenal win this game 3-1.
Just
But it would
kidding,
be
bro.
it would be the most United thing for us to lose this game against Palace
4-3
today.
are
Really bad.
4-3 United.
It'll be a fun
I'm
game.
not
I'm in
gonna
for a
lie. Kai
shootout.
Havertz is gonna eat, bro.
Well,
Kai
if
Havertz
it's
is
against
gonna
if it's
eat.
against Casemiro and Johnny
Hear me
Evans,
out.
heck yeah, he's gonna eat. They're
Hear
gonna
me
be
out. 3-3. Extra time. Anthony
Yeah.
scores the winner. Is he
If
injured? Or is
Anthony
he good?
scores the winner,
who knows? Josh,
I'll
we won't know who's
I'll
injured
record myself.
until this week when we find out who gets injured in
Okay,
training again.
Wait. Did you order the Kai Havertz jersey yet, bro?
No, they don't have my size.
Okay. Listen, hear me out. If Anthony scores the game
Yeah.
winner, you have to buy a custom-made Arsenal jersey with Anthony's name on the back.
Bro, I'm not buying any more Arsenal jerseys, bro.
Why? Okay, buy a United Anthony jersey then.
I'm not buying that United Anthony jersey. I'm not wearing a United jersey, bro.
He's nervous, Chris. He's nervous. All right, let's transition into our next segment
I
here.
give that crap to Chris, bro.
I'd burn it on the spot.
Let's transition into our next segment here.
I know you would.
We are in NBA playoffs. Today we had the Knicks v Pacers. Great, entertaining basketball. If you like a competitive game, the Knicks and Pacers is
If
for
you
you.
like basketball, that game is for you.
If you like even games and you're tired of your team getting blown out and you're a United and Chelsea fan, Knicks and Pacers is for you.
And
Brought
that
to
was
you
my
by
favorite game of the season.
Madison Square Garden. Sponsored by nobody. Did you guys watch it or not?
Yeah, I watched it. Josh
Yeah, I
Hart's a,
watched.
Josh Hart's a dog, man. Six
So
foot
what
four,
I
he's
picked
getting more
up,
rebounds than anybody else.
Yeah, he is.
what I picked up is the Knicks are good. Their
Mhm.
starters are good. Sorry, their starters are great. If the Knicks manage to get past the Pacers in this, they're gonna be burnt by the time they have to play Boston. Sorry, I love
True.
what they're doing, but I saw the
You think so?
starters versus bench points for the Pacers. It was like 48 points from Pacers bench and 2 points from the Knicks bench.
Yeah,
So
it was
Josh
bad.
Hart is playing entire
Yeah, it
games.
was
I don't
bad.
think he. I don't. I think Josh Hart played every minute of the game. Maybe he would.
Hmm.
Let me check.
He did.
Let
He
me
played
stat
every
check that.
he played all
Yeah, he
48
played.
minutes.
Yeah, he played like
Okay.
60, so
I
whatever,
love
50
that,
something
man.
minutes
I
or
think that's
whatever.
awesome. I love that he's a dog. He did great. Lots of people had him not doing too great today because the Pacers like to uh be more pressured on off dominant ball handling players.
Hmm.
Um compared to where
Mhm.
the Sixers really like to focus on the ball dominant players. So very different in games. Josh Hart turned up for them and dropped great performance. Jalen Brunson also is doing great, and I love it, dude. I think they're super entertaining to watch. I think though, I just don't. I don't know, man. I think that the Pacers are going to probably win this series just because eventually these guys are going to get burnt out.
Hmm.
And if they don't, then I just think that the Celtics are going to win. Um, I don't think, and that's me saying Celtics. I don't think that the Cavs are going to beat the Celtics. Um, but we'll see. The Knicks and Pacers game was super fun to watch. I think it's going to be very neck to neck. That's just how they are. It's like that because they don't have good depth, and that's why
Hmm.
they are just nitty gritty, and that's why Josh Hart has to play 40 minutes tonight because that's who they got.
Hmm.
Like last season, Mitchell Robertson, I think, was freaking starting over Josh Hart, but he's just better. Um, Hallie needs to step up if they want to win the series. Um, and they need to shoot better in the beginning of the games because I was watching them. Hallie Burton was literally giving open looks, and they kept on breaking every shot. So I don't know, man. I don't know what your guys' predictions are. If you want to give your predictions on what you think the series is going to go.
Knicks in 7.
Yeah, I think Knicks go 6. I They have home court again. Like I just they win close games and they're gonna keep every game close. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I get the starters have to play every minute, but like they did that all season. So I mean, at this point, it's just like they're just. I think they're just used to it.
Yeah, it's
And
like
like, yeah, the bench is definitely a problem, but like, I don't think it matters that much. I mean, to the Knicks at least. I mean,
yeah.
to the Pacers it matters, but because like clearly they need the bench guys because sometimes the starters because to be fair like if we're being honest like the bench kept the Pacers in the game
Hmm.
because their starters weren't that good tonight. So
Yeah, but
I think Knicks in
this
6. I just
the bench the
they're
bench
good,
kept them in
man.
the
I don't
game,
know.
but the bench kept them in the game, but the starters aren't going to be doing that every single game. I think it probably
That's
is
true, but
Pacers in
like is the
6.
bench going to do that every game?
That's
Yeah,
true.
because they've been doing that all
Like
season.
I'd count on the starters doing that more often than the
Okay,
bench.
well, the Pacers are third off of bench points in the league right now. And the Knicks are
You never know
27th
though.
ranked.
I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah,
look at
because
the
they don't
Knicks
play
right
their
now.
bench.
Yeah, you look at the Knicks bench.
Yeah.
Achua played 4 minutes. Robinson played 12. McBride played 11. McBride had 0 points, 0 for 2. Robinson 2 points, 1 for 1. Precious Achua had
I'm
one
just
free
saying,
throw.
I like the Knicks. I do like the Knicks. I'd love the Knicks to go to the finals, but I'm just talking
They're
here.
not going to. It's realistic.
I'm just talking here out of like a visual standpoint. Josh Hart even said seedings don't mean anything in the playoffs. They
Hmm.
don't. And
Yeah.
statistically speaking, it's a statistic sport. It's just what it is. It's not about if they're gonna bench is gonna pull up. If they're ranking like third in the entire league during the season, then they're gonna do the same thing, especially if they stay healthy. Josh Hart can't do like Josh Hart will play 40 minutes the entire game. That's fine. Brunson will too, but they're gonna figure something out to stop one of them, and then I don't know, but I hope it's creative. I'd love it to go to Game 7, but if it goes to Game 7, then it's gonna suck because good luck going against Boston in the freaking in the Eastern conference
Yeah.
final.
After
But we'll
Boston's
see.
been resting.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they play against the Cavs.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, this is the point in the season where Boston will either choke or actually do good.
I guess we'll find out. All right,
Yeah.
Celtics Cavs next series. The Cavs just beat the Magic. Sunday
7-game
night,
series.
7-game series. Donovan Mitchell hard carried his team to the Eastern Conference semifinals. They probably didn't deserve to be in the Eastern Conference semifinals now, but I mean, that's what happens when the Magic shoot like 30% from the field every freaking
And still
game.
take you to 7 games.
Dude,
Yeah.
1 for 15 is disgusting.
Yeah, Franz
Pandemic
Wagner 1
P
for
numbers.
15. Yeah.
Granted, both
bad.
teams are very defensively minded.
Yeah. It like that. I think the Cavs scored. I think that was their only time scoring 100 points in that series was in Game 7. So very defensive games. It'll be interesting to see how they match up with Boston. Considering Boston is obviously the best team in the East. Boston opened at 11.5 point favorites for Game 1 tomorrow night. So I don't know. I think Boston's depth is too much for Cleveland, and I think if Boston shuts down Donovan Mitchell, I don't see what Cleveland has left in
I
the
agree.
tank.
I agree, especially because Darius Garland he wasn't playing good against freaking the Magic.
Orlando.
He needs to show
against
up.
Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs.
Yeah,
And
and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't believe they went to 7 games, bro. Because Paulo, I mean, good for
Carroll
Paulo.
carried, man.
Yeah, he really did. Him and Franz.
Yeah, except Franz didn't show up when it mattered. Shooting 1 for 15 in Game 7 is terrible.
I know, but Franz was
they just need
facilitating.
better. They need a better shoot. They need a better shooting option. Like,
Right.
not that Joe Ingles is bad or anything.
Bro, Joe Ingles
Like-
like 37. It's time to let him go.
Dude, I was
time to let him
looking at-
No,
go.
I
I
know,
was-
but they just signed him this year, so
Yeah, I was looking at something like for one of Franz's game of like potential assists, open
Mhm.
looks that he gave his teammates, and he got like 6 assists out of like 14 opportunities for an assist, which is absolutely mental, bro. Like, dude, his
Yeah.
team, it's just crazy. But I don't know. Cleveland's tired.
Boston's rested.
Their role players like Strus compared to someone like Derek White is just levels
Mhm.
ahead of him. And yeah, dude.
The only thing that'll make this
It'll
series
be
interesting, I think, is there's no Porzingis.
right,
Al
which
Horford
means
for
Yeah.
7 get for however many
It means
games.
Jared Allen will get some decent looks.
yeah, Jarrett Allen. Hopefully, he can get healthy for the game. I think that Levert for Cleveland is going to be very important in the series for them off the bench. Strus hopefully can get a hot hand.
Everybody not named Donovan Mitchell is going to be important for the Cavs.
I think Donald's going to keep playing though. He's going
He
to keep
has
playing
to.
ball.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna keep playing.
Let's see.
I think Sir Marcus Morris is going to drop 30 points in the first game of the series.
Bro, Marcus Morris still plays. I
Yeah,
didn't
he plays in Cleveland.
even.
It's
I
the
watched
revenge
like 2
series.
games of that series. I didn't even know he was playing, bro.
Yeah.
Let's talk about my favorite game, my favorite series of this playoffs, bro. Wolves versus Nuggies. Asker's
Yeah,
Road.
it's pretty good.
I didn't feel like writing Nuggets.
Dude, honestly, man, what's the score currently right now?
It's bad. They're up by
Like
35,
it's bad.
61.
They're getting
Dude,
blown. They're getting
Dude, the
their
Nuggets
doors.
get swept? Is it possible? They're
No.
losing. Do they go 2 down at home?
Yeah, it looks like
They're
it, bro.
not gonna get. They're not gonna get swept, but
By the way,
I mean,
this is without the Timberwolves having Rudy Gobert tonight. So Jokic is doing
I
everything
really do
possible.
think that I really do believe that whoever wins this is going to win the finals.
I'm with you.
they're at least going.
I'm with you, man.
I don't know. Anthony Edwards is my favorite player to watch right now, bro. He's so entertaining to
He's
watch.
pretty good.
He's got 16 at the end of the first half. Karl Anthony Towns has 20 at the end of the first half. So it's a disgusting scoring game so far for the Timberwolves. They look really good.
And Towns has 1 personal foul. Good for him. Finally, goodness gracious.
Yeah, they look
But
good,
yeah.
man. Compared
They
to
look
how
good.
how good the Nuggets are, man. This is huge for Minnesota to if they go 2 up on the road and then they get to go
Yeah,
home.
2 up on the road and then get to come back home.
Yeah. No, this is great. I mean, I was telling, I don't know who I was talking to. I think Chris. I was just saying Minnesota, out of all the teams in the league, I think match up the best against the Denver Nuggets because of the size that they have and
Mhm.
defensive capability that they have.
Yeah.
Even with freaking Gobert out, like they're still good enough size around, which is great.
I
So
mean, I've been watching, and Naz Reid's been. I mean, they're just doubling, and Naz Reid's actually played pretty decent defense on
yeah,
Jokic.
and he's 6'9". Naz
Yeah.
Reid is 6'9". Um,
Yeah,
obviously, Cat is 7 foot. Um, McDaniels is 6'9".
Yeah.
So
They got height, man. That's what they need. And I think they match up really well at every position because Mike Conley's a good defensive point guard. McDaniels is obviously one of the best defenders in the league. Gobert is a former defensive player of the year guy. And then you
and
got
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards just can't stop scoring right now, man. So
Not only that, but he's a decent. He's a decent perimeter defender, and he can get you chase down blocks because he can freaking fly off the
yeah.
floor.
right.
I know in game one he struggled with fouls. So he just gotta make sure he doesn't get in foul
That's
trouble early again.
that's
But he
Towns,
hasn't
man.
yet tonight.
Towns needs to figure that out. But yeah,
They'll get it together. Last series, Thunder Mavs. That
Thunder
doesn't start till
Mavs.
Tuesday, which I don't know why they gave the Thunder like 9 days off, but it's
Yeah,
whatever.
they gave the Thunder a huge amount of time off.
They're like, here, you swept the Pelicans, you can have whatever you want. So they play tomorrow night, game one, Celtics Cavs as well. I don't know. I think it'll be a good series. Kyrie is hot right now, man. And I don't see
I
him
don't know if they
stopping.
match up well though. I mean, I get like I think really the catalyst in that series is gonna be like Chet Holmgren because they're big.
Yeah,
Because like not that the Mavs don't have like good bigs, but like the Thunder have bigs that can score and can
yeah.
shoot.
My only
I feel
concern
like
with Chet, bro, is he's so small, like weight wise, and Derek Lively's
Mhm.
7 foot 250. Like Derek Lively will literally body him to death.
Yeah, and Gafford
maybe
is a
Gordon.
good defender too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be fun though.
yeah.
It's gonna be
It's
a
all good. It's all good
great
matchups.
it's gonna be a great time watching Kyrie do ridiculous acrobatic layups over Chet Holmgren.
yeah.
It's gonna be great to watch,
And you
man.
got Shea on the other side. It's gonna be fun, man. I think this is what the NBA needs for these series. Is unfortunately, Timberwolves and Nuggets isn't as competitive so far as we want it to be, but I think these series minus Cavs, Celtics. I mean, they could prove me wrong. Celtics could literally choke like we have in the past, but I think these other four series are super good. Like they're gonna be competitive to the end. We could
Yeah,
see
for sure.
three series go to 7 games. Um, but the NBA playoffs, man, I've never watched this much basketball in my life. And here we are. Like I watched the entire Knicks game. I watched Knicks. I think I watched every Knicks Sixers game, which I don't I don't ever watch basketball games, man. But I'm locked in. I'm ready. I'm itching for more basketball because I who gives a crap about hockey anymore? Unless Edmonton wins the cup and then I'll care. But
Yeah.
hockey's irrelevant right now. Um, you guys want to jump to the NFL? Let's
Yep.
do it.
Sure, we can
Um,
jump in the NFL.
we're jumping to the NFL. It is the offseason in the NFL, but we just had the biggest um, segment of the NFL offseason, the NFL draft. But before we get into AJ grading each team's draft, I just want to give you a little snippet into what the NFL future is going to look like. It was announced, I think, probably 2 weeks ago, almost last week, maybe. Roger Goodell's hope for the future is an 18-game season, which will span over 20 weeks. Each team will in turn get 2 bye weeks, 2 preseason games only instead of 3. This 20-week season will give the opportunity for more primetime games, so we'll get to watch more garbage time, prime time like we always do every year. There's always at least 2 games that are garbage, so now it's going to be 4. And then Super Bowl Sunday will be on President's Day weekend to give everyone a 3-day weekend. So now you can party harder at the Super Bowl. So you don't have to take a day off work anymore after the Super Bowl if you're too hungover. They're going to give you the day off because the American government gives us President's Day off. So that's a little snippet into the future. I hope the NFL doesn't screw themselves over by playing too many games because the last thing these players want to do is play more games. They already hate playing 17 games a year. So I don't know how you guys feel about that.
It's true.
What's
And
one
then
more?
also they're playing a lot more games
International.
internationally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a game this upcoming season,
Alemania.
we're getting a game in Brazil
Yeah. Opening weekend, the first
for
game of the year
opening
is in
weekend.
Brazil.
Yeah, the
Sao
first game of the
Paulo.
year is in
Sao
Brazil.
Paulo.
Yeah, and
And then
then I
next year's
believe they're
Madrid.
playing in Spain. Yeah, they're playing in Spain next year.
Yeah, 2025 will
So
be in Madrid. So, I mean, who knows, man? We'll probably, I think we have a couple London games as well. We have another couple Germany games. So we're getting Sao Paulo, London, and Munich slash, I think it was Leipzig, last year. But, and
Yeah.
then we're getting Madrid
yeah,
plus London plus probably Sao Paulo again plus Germany. Like, we're probably gonna end up playing more games outside the US than we do inside the US.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man. I like.
That's just weird.
I think that's decent changes, but you just don't want to piss these players off because that's the last thing you really want to do.
I mean, and trips like that are kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, if you think about it, like it's kind of ridiculous.
To
Like,
make during a season.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just
like
weird to
it's
me because it's like obviously I compare it right away like the sport you're trying to grow the sport internationally just like
mhm,
soccer wasn't our sport and it grew internationally to us but
right.
Chelsea's not United Chelsea Arsenal they're not coming here
Yeah, they're not
during
coming
their
here. They're
season they're
coming in
coming in off season
preseason.
tours yeah
Yeah,
preseason tours so it's like just imagine you're competing here in a very competitive league and you have to freaking fly to Brazil
yeah.
like dude
I
come
mean,
on I mean whatever
it's gonna be like La Liga. Did you see that? La Liga's coming here.
yeah yeah
Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna
like
riot if that happens.
I don't know how's that gonna work. But like match weeks are like so ridiculous. Like, how would you even fit? Like, you'd have to give them at least like it'd be like an international break. Like that would be the game before like an international break, I assume.
Yeah,
yeah
could you imagine like you fly to like New York to play El Clasico on like a Wednesday, you play the game, and then you have to go back to Madrid and play a game on Sunday. Like that's
Yeah,
It's
terrible,
even
man.
it's even worse for I mean, we're talking about soccer now, but
yeah, I
it's even
know.
worse for them
But
because they have multiple tournaments in season. So
that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, you could literally be
whatever.
playing like an
We're
FA
straying
Cup
away
or
here.
yeah.
All right, let's lock in. The NFL draft just happened. AJ's our resident NFL expert. What we're gonna do,
Expert is a kind term.
well, you know more about this sport than Josh and I do combined, probably. Um,
Yeah.
so
Ranking one, AJ 1, Chris 2, Josh 10.
Yeah,
there's not
I'm
even there's
ranking the children.
yeah.
I'm
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you the first three picks from each team. And you're
Mhm.
obviously gonna give them a grade A to F. We're gonna go in alphabetical order because that's what this website has for me is in
Send
alphabetical
it to me,
order.
bro. Send the link so
I'm
we can
gonna
look at it
send you
too.
the link right now. I'm gonna send it in our Beep Beep
Bad
Tortugas
podcast
version
GM.
2 draft. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I just found the website like not even 30 seconds ago, so I was unprepared for it. All right, I just sent it in our chat. We'll start with the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously they picked at number 4.
Mhm.
They picked Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 4. They picked Darius Robinson, edge from Missouri at number 27. And then they
Mhm.
picked Max Melton in the second round from Rutgers, a cornerback.
Okay.
So obviously, like we give every pick, it's gonna be way too long. Like Arizona has
Yeah.
13 picks in
I'm
this
just
draft.
yeah. I mean, and to be fair, I'm gonna be honest, and I obviously people's dreams happened on NFL draft day, but I do not know every player that got drafted from college. So
Nor
you could
should
literally
you.
be just throwing names at me and I'd be like, yeah, that's great. I'm glad he got drafted. I don't know where he played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but to start out the Arizona Cardinals, I'm gonna give him a B minus. I'm gonna give him a B minus. I think all the players they picked, you can't go wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Arizona, because it's such a deep remodel that's happening right now that essentially you just getting dudes that possibly pan out or don't pan out
Hmm.
is okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like obviously, I don't think Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to be like that, but like Darius Robinson, Max Melton, the two that you mentioned, they possibly could not pan out. But like, I at least know that there'll be a body,
Yeah.
which is mean to say, but like, it's something. It's just they need it. You know what I mean? Like they hopefully they develop and hopefully they become a part of the larger plan. But like, I mean, They just need bodies. Like at almost every position. Literally, they could have drafted any position other than maybe like quarterback. Eh. I
Yeah.
mean, still, yeah, they could have drafted a quarterback. But like I'm saying, like they could draft any position. I would have been like, yeah, that's a good pick. That's a pick of need. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What if I told you they drafted your guy Trey Benson in the 3rd round?
I do know that they did do that. I like the move. I like the move. I think he's a good running back. I think he'll be serviceable. I mean, James Conner is there, so I don't know how much reps he's even
Well,
gonna
he
see.
James Conner plays 7 games a year, so
That's true. So Trey Benson could be a fantasy underrated fantasy player this year. I think the Cardinals get a B- for me.
heck yeah. Let's go to
Next
Atlanta.
up,
Let's go to the most
yeah.
controversial team of the draft.
Oh
Josh, go ahead.
boy.
Go ahead, Josh. Why don't you read it off?
Yeah, Josh, can you read off?
All right. With their round 1 pick 8, they picked Michael Penix Jr. quarterback. Let's just grade it on that, bro. Sorry. And
You
then
have to give
round
me the
2,
other two.
Rook. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Or Horhoro, defensive tackle, and then Braylon Trice.
Edge.
Those are 3. Yeah, the edge 3
He's an edge.
picks.
Okay. Dude, I'm tempted to give him like a D+ alone on that first
That is
pick.
fair.
I don't even.
That's
I don't
fair.
even. I don't even, like. I know Michael Penix isn't bad, but like, dude, you need a corner.
Let's
I don't care.
let's just put this straight. Let's just put this straight. We're not giving it this rating because we think Michael Penix is a bad player.
They
We're
just don't
doing
need
that
another
rating
Yeah, I
quarterback.
don't
because
think.
they just
Let me. I was gonna say that.
yeah,
I don't
go
think
ahead.
Michael Penix is a bad quarterback. I just don't think he needed to be drafted that high to a team that's not
By
like
the way,
in quarterback trouble.
it just came out within like the past week that the whole reason that Kirk Cousins left Minnesota was
Mhm.
because they told him their plans were to draft a quarterback.
Draft a
And
quarterback
then
high.
when
Yeah.
Atlanta drafted Penix
They didn't even tell
as their
Kirk
first
Cousins.
pick, they didn't tell Kirk Cousins so they were on the clock. So then when the reporters asked the freaking GM or whoever the heck it was in charge of picking him, hey, so we just found out that they didn't know. All his response was, yeah. Great, great franchise
What a
there.
great run organization, man. We love it.
I mean, the other two picks are fine. I mean, they need once again their defense isn't amazing, so
Yeah.
I mean it's okay. It's not bad, but like I mean, getting guys on the you never have too many linemen. That's what I always say.
That's true.
Yeah.
But getting two guys that like, I mean, in the defensive tackle, I believe from Clemson in the
Yeah,
second round, I think that's a good move. I thought he was pretty decent. So
that's fair.
I'll give him a D+. I just don't like that. Like he's not a bad player. I don't think it might work out for them. This is obviously we're in a time where we don't even know if he's even gonna play. Like, and that's the thing. We don't even know when he's gonna play.
Yeah.
Like, and this is a guy. This is a guy that's was supposed to be projected to go. Like he could turn into Trey Lance. This could be Trey Lance again. So
Yeah.
I give him a D+. Like there's you need a corner. You for sure need a corner, and you had a guy who's top 10 worthy sitting there, and you could have paired him with AJ Terrell.
It's true.
So
Um, we got 30 teams to go. We'll speed this up a little bit. Baltimore picked Nate Wiggins, corner out of Clemson, their 1st round pick. Picked Roger Rosengarten, offensive tackle out of Washington with their 2nd round pick. And they picked Adisa Isaac, edge rusher from Penn State with their 3rd round pick. Seems like 3 pretty simple picks, I guess, from my
yeah,
perspective. But let's get
give
AJ's.
him give him a flat B. Give him a flat B. I'm happy that they're not draft or they didn't draft another wide receiver. I feel like every year they draft a receiver
And it
because I know
doesn't
their
work.
receiving core is not that good. But yeah, it's a B. Like you need a tackle, you got to tackle. You need more corners because I mean, basically you're down to like 1.5 last season.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's a good solid physical corner that's gonna. I mean, but they're just retooling. I mean, really, obviously, the draft is not where they got to win. I feel like it's definitely in the on field product, like with the guys that they have right now. So I think it's fine. I think it's good moves. I think, and it's just padding padding the foundation,
Yeah.
firming the foundation. So yeah,
Yeah.
flat B.
Josh, you want to take us to Buffalo?
All right, so the
I'd like to talk
Buffalo
about this one after Josh reads the draft picks.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills. Shoot, where does it go? Freaking ads, bro. Buffalo Bills picked Keon Coleman, wide receiver from Florida State, Cole
Mhm.
Bishop, safety, right? Utah, and
Yeah.
Dwayne Carter, defensive tackle from Duke.
Okay,
Okay.
before AJ jumps in, my biggest issue with this, I don't care what grade you give, I have an issue. They
Yeah.
traded out of the first round to take the wide receiver who they were gonna take in the first round anyways. And in the meantime, they traded back with Kansas City, who took probably one of the best receivers in the draft, the fastest receiver in the draft, to replace Mecole Valdez-Scantling and Tyreek Hill all in one speed wise. Hopefully, he can actually catch the ball. Then they trade with Carolina out of the first round. So Buffalo takes the first pick in the second round. You automatically lose an extra year option on Coleman now. So you have to pay him after 4 years instead of picking up his fifth year option. I don't know.
Mhm.
Whatever they did doesn't make sense to me, man. Buffalo just seems like they're in shambles as an organization. But I'll let you.
Just a little bit. I'm once again it's not a horrible draft. I mean everybody knew that they had to draft a receiver. Like that was definitely a need. I don't know what you're doing and trading with your rival, like trading with a team that basically like
Owns
is your
you.
daddy at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what that is. I mean, unless I knew they even give him that good of a package. I don't think so. It wasn't like super tempting. I don't think
Yeah, it wasn't good.
like it. So I mean, yeah. I give it a C plus.
That's fair.
I give it a C plus. They got more defenders. I guess that's nice. Maybe they won't concede 3 points within 13 seconds now.
Yeah.
I like I once again, this is. I mean, we said last year's make or break year. I mean, this might be the make or break year for Buffalo. Like, if they're dog crap, like we're cleaning house. I think.
Yeah.
Like, not that the coach has done a bad job or anything. Just like it's one of those
Oh,
things where like we like it. Just we needed. There needs to be somebody new
yeah, I'm with
because
you.
obviously that's not where you have Josh Allen. Like you have a guy. Like don't waste his career.
I mean, we've talked about
So
it before. Their coach is literally a terrorist. So, I mean, it
yeah,
might be time for some new fresh blood in there. That who's
very
someone who's
true.
not a terrorist. Carolina Panthers trade up with Buffalo for their first pick. They got Xavier Legette from South Carolina, wide receiver. They took Jonathan Brooks, running back from Texas, at pick 46 in the second round. Then they took Trevin Wallace in the third round. Carolina's just irrelevant to me, but
Hold on.
you're good.
I
You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? We're having a good time.
Well, you know what?
Having a good time.
Let's just rank these teams that aren't that important because we have a ton of teams here.
D plus for
D
Carolina.
plus.
They didn't do anything.
Chicago
special.
Bears.
While AJ loads in, yeah. Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams.
This one is important.
Yeah.
I think.
They only made 5 picks, and one of them was a punter. So go ahead.
Yeah. So AJ has a funny looking nose, and if he didn't have a beard, he would look like an outlaw from the Western era. As you can see, he doesn't have the best setup in the background. I think
Oh, there
those
you
are
go.
his.
Those are his clothes.
Okay, yeah. So the Chicago Bears.
I know you're not
Important
recording
here.
stuff, man.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're
We're still
recording.
live.
Oh,
So let's go Chicago. Well, we're like the more important ones for the Bucks and the Dolphins. We can talk a little bit more, but let's
Yeah.
talk
okay.
about the teams that are really irrelevant. Let's just give a rating and then just a quick little
Fun.
synopsis.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Chicago Bears first pick in the draft, Caleb Williams as a quarterback. They picked Rome Odunze and Kieran Amegajibi, offensive tackle from Yale.
And a
I
What are
punter.
your thoughts?
Don't forget the punter.
I give
Yeah, Torque tail.
I give Chicago A minus. I really like their draft. I mean, obviously Caleb was gonna go there after they trade away Justin. That was very evident. So I
Best
think
punt returner.
yeah, he's a punt returner now. So cool. Um, I think their draft is elevated by what they did in the offseason in free
Mhm.
agent. And so that's why this gets an A minus. I mean, they're basically saying like Caleb, like you have 4 years. I would say, which is I guess more than they gave Justin, which sucks. But like, you take what you can get. If you're a Chicago Bears fan, you're just hoping this guy pans out. So I give him an A- for at least Roma Dunze, because I think he'll be a player that probably sticks around even if Caleb doesn't.
It's true.
What an
Um,
exciting team.
yeah, they're gonna be fun. They got every piece they need. They just didn't want Justin Fields anymore. So we'll
Yeah.
see what Caleb does. Hopefully he does well. Cincinnati took Amarius Mims, offensive tackle in the first round, Chris Jenkins, defensive tackle in the second round, and then Jermaine Burton, wide receiver in the third round. Yeah. Quick grade, quick synopsis because their draft really isn't important.
Yeah, like a like a C. I'll give him a flat C.
I think
Fair.
I'm with you. It's
They fill the
fair.
need in tackle. They
All
fill
right, the
the
Cleveland Browns, they picked Mike Hall Jr., defensive tackle from Ohio State, Zach
Hold
Zinter.
on. Go back. What did you say? The Cleveland Browns?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mike Hall Jr.,
Yeah.
DT, Zach
Uh-huh.
Zinter, the G, Jamari Thrash, wide receiver. I give him an A+ for drafting someone who has two guys who have great names, Zach Zinter and Jamari Thrash. AJ, what is your grading?
I give them like a flat D, a D plus.
Okay.
Useless.
It's because they don't even have a first rounder. Like they
Can we pair them with the Dallas Cowboys picks?
Yeah. No,
Tyler.
they
Okay,
get
sorry.
they get a C minus. They get a
Okay,
C.
sorry. Go ahead. All right. Well, let's talk about Dallas Cowboys.
All right.
Tyler Guyton,
Uh-huh.
he's an OT. Marshawn Nealand, edge, and Cooper Beebe, almost Beebs. Change that E to an S.
You know what?
Um,
I'm gonna give him it's hard because I like the Tyler Guyton pick. It personally just irks me that like they didn't draft a running back. Like all you had to do is draft one dude. Like I
Yeah.
get it.
I understand why, and I'll tell you this: they are looking to trade for Najee Harris right now
That's nice.
because
Not
the Steelers aren't. Yeah,
literally
but
the slowest running back in the league.
he's
That's nice.
averaging one of the
That's
most
the
yards per carry in the
consolation.
league all year. So
What's that?
he's averaging one of the highest yards per carry every year. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
doesn't matter if he's slow; he gets yards, and that's
but
what
you
Jerry
get
Jones
the
likes.
cheaper. But my thing is, you get the cheaper option in the draft. You don't have to
Yeah, that's
pay
fair.
him.
Yeah, but they already
That's
have
fair.
They have Deuce Vaughn and Rico Dowdle, so they're not looking to
Yeah, but like those
rub
guys
anybody.
aren't headline. Oh yeah, my bad. They re-signed Zeke. He's chasing the ring.
No,
Apparently,
Yeah, he's back in.
he's
Cowboys
chasing the ring.
fans, Zeke is garbage. Train away. Zeke returns. Yes, already.
Playoff push.
All right. Next up, we got the Denver
Denver.
Broncos. Bo Nix, yay.
Yay.
Jonah Ellis and Troy
Mhm.
Franklin. Sorry, Jonah Ellis is an edge and Franklin is a wide receiver. And Bo Nix is a quarterback.
Yeah,
If you didn't know. Anyways, what is your rating?
it's a rough draft.
Irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, they get a flat. I'll give him a C plus.
Okay.
It's fair.
C
I'll give him a
plus.
C
Nothing
plus.
said.
I think Bo Nix. I think
They're the
Bo Nix will be
Broncos.
fine.
But
I
I
told
think
Effort,
Sean Payton is
dude,
washed.
yeah,
the Broncos drafted right before the Raiders, and Efren was nervous that the Broncos weren't going to draft Bo Nix. And Efren was like, dude, if the Raiders draft Bo Nix, I'm going to throw up. And he literally started gagging, bro. He was like getting nauseous on the thought of Bo Nix being a Raider. Anyways, yeah, that is what it is. Detroit, you read those ones off.
Yeah, Detroit got Terry and Arnold, corner out of Alabama. They got Ennis Rakestraw, corner out of Missouri. Then they got Giovanni Manu, offensive tackle from British Columbia.
This grade is really carried by that first rounder because they played that perfect.
They traded up with
I
Dallas.
thought, yeah, traded with Dallas to get him. Like, I'll give him. I'm really A minus just because of the Terry and Arnold pick.
Yeah,
I really think they got a dog in him. Yeah, I think they got a dog. Like they got a really good guy in him. And then they also have Carlton Davis, and like they have a bunch of corner. Like their biggest weakness last season is basically short up now, and I
yeah,
think they're just gonna go for another push again. I mean, did they draft a tackle? Did you say that they drafted
yeah. The tackle in the fourth round. Yeah,
So yeah, even better because that's more offensive line help. Once again, like people, they had departures this past off season, so Yeah, A minus.
I love it. Green Bay.
Hey, wait. Quick score update of the Timberwolves Nuggets game. The Timberwolves have 73 points, and the Denver Nuggets are at 41.
This game.
Yeah, no,
Wow,
I'm watching it.
what a
I'm
great
watching it
series.
right now.
Green
Alright.
Bay.
The Wingstop ad is on.
The Wingstop ad. No flex zone. The Green Bay took Jordan Morgan, offensive lineman, first round. Edgerrin Cooper, edge in the second round, and then Javon Bullard also in the second round. He's a safety from Georgia.
Think what really stinks about Green Bay. I'm giving them I'll give them a C plus. Purely because I like the Bullard pick from Georgia. I think he's a pretty good player. But it's another draft where the players that they really needed at positions they need just get sniped from them, like by people earlier than them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I just don't I think they'll be fine, like, but once again, like I feel like they were just kind of grabbing for sticks, especially with those first couple of picks, with those first two picks. I
Fair
felt
enough.
like they're both kind of reaches in my
Fair
opinion,
enough.
but only cuz people before them took, the player that is worth the pick. But you get what I mean. Yeah, I give him a C plus,
Yeah.
but I do like the Bullard pick.
Yeah.
All right. Houston
Yeah.
Texans, we have a problem. Just kidding. Well, they drafted Kamari Lassiter, Blake Fisher, and Callan Bullock.
Don't forget, Sketch gave the draft pick in the fourth round. They took Cade Stover from Ohio State.
Sorry, you're right.
He did
the
get
great-
Cade
That
Stover.
gives him
Greatest
2
draft
letter
pick of
grades
all
up.
time.
Gives him 2 letter grades up for sketch
Automatic,
announcing.
yeah. What did you?
I'm
What's the grade?
I'll give him a B minus. Once again, some of those guys are a little bit reachy, but I mean, if we're
Yeah.
being honest, like they're just reloading. They just need position, like luxury goods type deal at the
Mhm.
B
moment.
minus
That's what
is
it
pretty
seems like.
generous. I don't know about B minus, but I what you're saying isn't a B minus in my opinion. But whatever. You're gonna give a reload a B minus, and our skewings are our rankings
Yeah,
are
I'm gonna give
skewed
him.
here.
Okay. You want me to give him a C plus? I'll give
This
him
is
a
why
C
Give him a
this is
C
plus.
why
plus.
this is why this is opinionated.
I'll give him the C plus.
What do you give him, Chris?
I don't know, bro. A C plus, a C.
Perfect. Let's move on.
All right, Indianapolis
They're
Colts.
really not. They're not that
Yeah.
important. This
Indianapolis
one we can
Colts.
talk
Are
about.
they? Because I feel like they're going to be one of the better teams next season.
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
because of the draft
but their
picks.
draft doesn't affect them. All right, Indianapolis Colts took Latu with in the first round. They took
Dubs.
Adonai Mitchell in the second round, and they took Mac and Shalvis in the third round. This is probably my favorite draft so far.
Give me an A. They get a flat A.
I love it, man.
I really like the fact that they basically got to sit there and watch the best pass rusher in the draft just fall to them.
Mhm.
So that's really good for them. And then in the second round, not even taking a chance, a guy who is projected first round, basically like almost like probably like a couple steps slower than Xavier Worthy and taller, by the way.
Mhm.
And they picked him up in the second round because of character concerns or whatever. And I really like the clip.
It's because he has
I really like
diabetes, bro. He literally, if he doesn't eat enough sugar, he gets cranky.
Yeah.
They said that's his only issue.
And it's just like, yeah, and like
Like-
I mean, I know the clip around the internet's been going around, or the clip has been going around the internet with Chris Ballard, like basically swinging for him, type of where it's like these guys like, oh yeah, unnamed sources says he gets cranky because he having sugar, and it's like, why don't you just say who you are? Because like he's like, you put these kids under a microscope, like of course like you're gonna find the smallest things in them.
That's true.
So I really like that pick, and yeah, you got a first round talent. I think you never know. He could not pan out. He could be cranky because he didn't have enough Mountain Dew
Time will
or
tell.
whatever. But yeah,
Time will
give
tell.
him an A. Give him an A for right now.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars took Brian Thomas with the 23rd pick in the first round, wide receiver at LSU. Mason Smith, defensive tackle at LSU in the second round, and Jerry Jones, corner out of Florida State in the third round.
Give me a C minus. The C minus is generous because I think Brian Thomas Jr. really carries that selection there for him. I mean, you got an absolute need, and you took away from teams like Buffalo and Kansas City and stuff who are waiting
Sorry, who do we
for
just
like a
talk about?
receiver.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, C minus, and purely based on like because all the other guy. I mean, if you look at their entire draft, all reaches, in my
Yeah,
opinion, all reaches. So
100%.
Yeah, Kansas City next.
Kansas City, Xavier Worthy, fastest wide receiver in the league from Texas, trading up from Buffalo to get him. Then they took Kingsley Suamataia, offensive tackle from Brigham Young University, and then Jared Wiley, tight end at TCU.
Worthy's a great draft for them because they're freaking
Uh,
their other rush freaking drafted. Rice was drafted by them, correct?
Yeah,
yeah. He was drafted
And
last year.
at
he
SMU.
likes to hit people and run. So
He apparently is getting half a season of suspend. They're expecting a half
yeah,
season.
that's the
suspension.
rumor. We don't even know what he's getting yet.
Yeah.
If any of
So,
us if any of us did that, we'd be in jail. But he's a professional
Yeah.
athlete, so he gets away scot-free.
What do I give him? I'll give him B plus. I mean, Xavier Worthy pick. I mean, it just feels like Andy's just gonna get the best out of him. I think it's really elevated by the fact that they signed Hollywood Brown. Like I feel like that's a really underrated signing of
they
the
knew that
offseason.
they knew Rashi was gonna hit somebody and run.
I
This
mean,
was planned.
they definitely they're definitely preparing for that. So they also had a bunch of departure receivers, so clearly
Yeah.
they needed somebody. All the other picks, yeah, you need a tackle because I believe Donovan Smith left.
He's a bum anyways.
So yeah, but like you just needed like once again like they're just gonna do what they do. I mean, they're gonna be going to a successful team, so I believe that they'll be fine. Like even if they
Yep.
aren't, even if they're average, they'll be fine.
True.
Yeah.
All right,
Next
Vegas,
up,
Josh, Vegas.
Raiders. Sorry.
No.
First pick, they just went best available, Brock Bowers, and then they got Jackson Powers Johnson, a nice meaty white man, a tank of a man, as you might say, and then Delmar Glazer, offensive tackle, Glaze.
You know what? I'm gonna give him a B plus.
Not bad.
It's
It's
very
not a bad
close.
draft.
It's very close to A minus because I really like the Brock Bowers pick. Yeah, I mean like you're watching that and you're like, well, why'd you just? Because like I mean, last year they drafted Michael Mayer,
Yeah.
and then you're sitting there thinking, oh, like, why we draft Brock Bowers? You know what I mean? But like, hey, I
So
mean, he could definitely switch to a receiver for
Just a
sure,
freak
E-
or
athlete.
you run two tight
Efren told me,
ends.
who is a diehard Raiders fan,
Yeah.
that he is content with the draft because they
Uh-huh.
didn't go reaching like they have in
For
previous
quarterback.
drafts, and they just picked the best available. And he's excited about Bowers, which is good
I
because he could
Should
be
I
a
be.
great
really
receiving option for them.
and then I also give it that grade because I really like Jackson Power Johnson.
Yeah,
I think he's a really good pick.
I liked him a
I
lot.
think
The only concern with him coming out of college is he had so many major concussions in college that they weren't
yeah,
sure
he'd be all right.
what his draft stock would look like in the NFL.
He'd be all right.
We'll
He's
see.
already prepared, obviously.
Yeah. Los Angeles Chargers took Joe Alt with the fifth pick, tackle from Notre Dame. They took Lad McConkey, love it, from Georgia, wide receiver. And then they took Junior Colson out of Michigan. Jim Harbaugh got one of his Michigan guys. So
This one's tough. This one's tough because like the picks are fine, but like you just kind of want more. You wanted a better receiver, I think. Like Adonai Mitchell was sitting there. Like I get Lad is fine. Lad McConkey is a fine player, but like I don't know, man. You had a guy who had speed. Like I mean, which I guess what I think maybe Jim is trying to do, and then the GM, don't know his name. I'm sorry. Is trying to do is basically kind of instill confidence in the draft pick from last year in Quentin
AJ.
Johnston. Yeah, to try to be better, and hopefully that pans out for him. So I don't hate the picks. B minus just because he didn't take Adonai Mitchell.
Cool.
Joe Alt's a really good pick.
I love Joe Alt. It'll help Justin Herbert. All right, the Rams, and then I'll let Josh take the Dolphins after do the Rams. Rams took Jared Verse at pick 19, edge from Florida State. Braden Fisk, D tackle from Florida State. And then they took Blake Corum, running back out of Michigan, with a third round pick.
It's tough. Because they also have a bunch of holes on the roster a little bit. I like the two defensive lineman picks. I think I mean, no bias, but I think they're pretty. I think at least Jared Verse will pan out.
Yeah.
I think Braden Fisk is good. I mean, we'll see if it translates. He's fast, like, and you need an Aaron Donald replacement, or you need
Hmm.
somebody to sit in the middle at least. So you got
Yeah.
that for 4 years, possible 4 years possibly.
It's true.
So I'll give them a flat B. Blake Corum is not a inspiring pick, but I mean, maybe he could work something out.
They just need running back help, honestly. So,
Yeah.
all right, Josh, take Miami.
Here you go, Josh. You get the
Bring us
grade.
home.
Oh, that was as clear as AJ sounded.
Thank you.
Oh shoot, dude, this thing is terrible. Sorry, it keeps on like giving me ads.
Want a break from the
Um,
ad?
Any day now.
oh, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm getting a freaking expose the truth behind CVS and the 87-cent medication.
Yes, my
Um,
favorite.
1 second. Sorry, do an advertisement here.
I'll just go. I got it. Chop Robinson in the first pick. And then you got I know you took Jared, dude,
Patrick Ball.
yeah, PP, and then Jalen
Yeah,
Wright out
Jalen
of
Wright. I don't know why I'm looking them up. Jalen Wright.
yeah,
I
Jalen
actually
Wright
like
definitely.
all Jalen Wright, Mohammed Kamara, and Malik Washington. I want
Yeah.
to go up to Malik there.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you give it as the resident Dolphins
Go
fan?
ahead.
We'll give AJ the round off.
I'm gonna give us a B plus. Um,
Okay.
I literally was talking to Efren like way before this, and I was like, we're probably gonna get Chop, and he ended up dropping to us. Um,
It's because every freaking defensive player in the league dropped.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know. He's a
he
run on offense.
he's very like raw potential. He doesn't have long his T-Rex arms. We lost Van Ginkel, so I mean he won't be a starter, but he'll be someone that can rotate in.
Hmm.
And um, I don't know, man. I like our coach. I think that every person that was drafted for a reason. Um,
Yeah.
we have Chubb and we have Phillips.
Now,
When
hopefully,
we're
they
at
can
full
stay
strength.
healthy.
Yeah.
When exactly. So if they can be at full health, then that's awesome. If not, though, good thing we drafted Chop.
True.
And I hope that he doesn't have to just get thrown in there. I hope that he can just ease his way into it because he has a lot of potential. Um, it wasn't really for, I mean, pass rusher wasn't like the biggest hole in our roster. Um, but it's a good pick. We'll take it. I like Chop. Chop is a cool name. Um, Patrick Paul, offensive tackle. Um, just like I didn't know too much about him. He's huge, 7'7", 6'7", sorry, 330, 7'7". Imagine a
7'7".
7'7", 6'7", 330.
Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he also has a longest arm length of any tackle at the combine, which is
That's good.
something that we really liked about him.
Yeah.
Um, he's not like he's an unfinished product. He's got the opportunity to develop behind someone like Armstead, behind Armstead, and then I think that he's someone that will over time become better for us, and that could be a dog for us in the future. Um, but he's huge, he's massive, and Greer said that his what did he say? He said like his length enables him to recover, something like that.
Did you gonna say his girth
Um,
or something, bro?
Good.
yeah. So
His
his
girth.
size was probably the main thing that we looked at, but he's also like a great like he had great energy. And then Jalen Wright, which very controversial for I honestly just started getting Miami Dolphin like Twitter people on my Twitter. People are mixed about it because we have Raheem Mostert, and then we have Devon Achan. I
I
love it
think
because he's fast. He's
Hmm.
fast. He ran it the 40-yard dash 4.38, and he averaged 7.4 yards per carry last season for his team. And he just fits the profile of player that we're looking for.
Hmm.
I think it's a great pick for a couple reasons. One, I think Devon is going to be in a main like one of our important pieces in the future. Raheem Mostert had a pretty much healthy season, which isn't something that we should rely on. because he's older. So bring him in. He's fast. He's good, and I think they were saying that he could be used in a pass catching for us, which is
Yeah.
going to be great. It's going to be scary. Our
And
receivers is going to be
it's
is great.
okay. It's okay because Mike McDaniel likes running back by committee anyway. So it's not like any of those guys are going to be like a feature. Like
Yeah,
Split
they're all
carries.
gonna switch up. Yeah.
I love it.
yeah. I'm gonna just go all the way up to Malik. Real quick about Muhammad Kamara. I like him because the one thing that really was like, I love this guy. He said, I love that I'm grateful that I got drafted, but I'm gonna make all the teams that passed up on me regret it. And I hope he does, bro. He's just also another dog. And what was it? He's a highly productive player. He had 29.5 career sacks, 13 in his final season at Colorado State, recorded 45.5 tackles for a loss, um, proving he can be a disruptive presence, and we need to rebuild our depth at pass rusher. So hopefully we found a steal in him. And
Mhm.
then Malik Washington, Efren, I didn't get to see that because I was at work, but he was like, he said it was a great steal for us. Um, we just signed Odell Beckham, OBJ.
Mhm.
Um, we can talk about him later. I think I like Malik. I was watching some of his highlights. Um, I just we have so many options that I hope McDaniel uses all of us to our fullest capability. Um, I think OBJ, sorry, straying away from Malik. OBJ, I think he's going to do great for us because they have to pick their poison, bro. Like Tyreek is speedy. He's gonna be running down. Jalen Waddle's gonna be running down. You got to pick who you want. I think OBJ can play the slot. I think Malik can play the slot. I don't know. It's
Mhm.
gonna be exciting to see what we do, but
Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, for that, I mean, we lost a lot of defensive players. Um, so for that reason, I gave it a B plus because we added more arsenal. We added some pieces here and there, but we still get to see what we're going to do with a huge loss of players in that department.
True. I like it. All right. Minnesota took JJ McCarthy, Dallas Turner, and then Kyrie Jackson in the fourth round, so that's irrelevant. But off of JJ and Dallas Turner, AJ in the first round.
Um. Give me a B plus. I mean, you needed a quarterback. You weren't gonna trust Sam Darnold. Uh, I don't even really like JJ that much, but like, I mean, he's going to a quarterback friendly coach who's probably gonna like him. So
Kirk
I
Cousins
can
2.0.
envision a pretty average season for him. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna be a superstar or anything, but like, I don't think he's gonna be as trash as people. And I'm glad he didn't get picked top four. If you went, and I think it's the perfect situation for him. Because if you
Mhm.
went to any of those top four teams, my friend, you are a
Pressure.
bust. I am sorry. So,
Too much
uh,
pressure.
I think it's true. This B plus is really carried by the Dallas Turner pick. I think they got a guy who actually fell pretty low. I mean, once again, it's due to the fact that really the first like 14 picks were offense, so
Mhm.
the defenders just got kind of left out. Like they forgot, like they kind of just weren't really focused on them, or teams in that top weren't really focused on defense.
Mhm.
I guess so. I thought getting Dallas Turner was really good, and I thought it was a really good move. Like you'd always, I mean, you wonder what they were going to do with the Texans first rounder, and I thought they got a really good pick there.
Heck yeah. And
So
then you got New England, Drake May, Jalen Polk, wide receiver running back or wide receiver quarterback.
yeah, who's their third?
Caden Wallace, offensive tackle.
Okay. I mean, once again, I mean, yeah, you take the quarterback, you need a quarterback. Jalen Polk, hopefully, God forbid, New England actually gets a receiver. They drafted a receiver that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, as I said with like the first with the Cardinals, I think anybody they picked,
Hmm.
I would have been like, yeah, you need that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to go through a rebuild. I mean, we'll see how good or how bad it goes, or how low it can go. You know, but I think Drake May is not. We'll see what Drake May is. I know a lot of people were discouraged because of a certain somebody who also came from UNC. I got drafted pretty high.
Yeah.
So, you never know. I mean, some guys pan out, some don't. I mean, statistically, they project that at least two of the guys who are the six guys that were drafted, the six quarterbacks that were drafted, two of them will not work out.
Well, hopefully it's
So
not Drake May for New England's sake.
yeah, if you're New England, you just pray that it's not Drake May. So
Yeah.
I'm
New
Brady
Orleans.
Region.
Yeah, hopefully he's a Brady regen. I doubt it. New England. Sorry, we should talk about New England. New Orleans
oh yeah,
took.
sorry, I didn't give them a grade. They get a C.
Perfect.
Yeah.
New Orleans took Talise Fuaga, offensive tackle, Kool-Aid McKinstry in the second round, absolute steal of a pick. And then they got Spencer Rattler with their third pick in the fifth round.
Rattler.
You know what? I don't even like the Saints, but they had a pretty decent draft. I mean, I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna give them a B plus. They get B plus for me.
Fair.
They get things they need early. They get a tackle. They desperately needed that. They get a safety that was projected to be a first round talent in the second round. I'm never gonna be upset at that. You know what I mean? Like you're never gonna be upset at that if your team is drafting and like I mean, you never know why a guy's falling,
Mhm.
but I mean, Kool-Aid's a pretty good player. I mean, you play Alabama for Nick Saban, so I'd assume you got some talent in you.
True.
Um,
Go ahead.
and then I mean Spencer Rattler. I mean, not like Derek Carr's been like bad, but like I mean he is older and like so. I mean, getting a guy in there that could possibly so you don't have to spend like a high draft pick on a quarterback the next season or the season after. Pod that could possibly like fill in
Yeah.
for him, just take over. Like I think that's a really good move. And I think Spencer Rattler's probably gonna be one of those guys you just look at and you're just like Dak Prescott. Like I remember, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a real story. I remember like seeing the Cowboys draft Dak Prescott, and I literally was like, he's gonna start for them. And obviously he did. But
Yeah.
like I just remember I was like, he's just gonna be one of those quarterbacks that like goes mid rounds and like he possibly will start, maybe even be a good starter for somebody at some time.
Everyone
Yeah.
wanted
So
him for the Raiders.
yeah,
Yeah, he
I
would have
mean
better for the
it would have been
Raiders.
a good move for the Raiders because I mean the quarterbacks are not inspiring.
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew and AOC. So
Yep.
Next up, we got the New York Giants.
Malik Neighbors, Tyler Nubin, safety, Andrew Phillips, cornerback. These are our last 10. So let's just grade and get quick sentence because we're getting to that pushing of our limits.
It's like the Brian Thomas. It's a Jacksonville draft all around. What did I give him, a C minus?
Yeah.
Yeah, C minus because I like Malik Neighbors. He's really good, but like the other two are like whatever fodder, like, and they're not going to be good.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
New York Jets.
New York Jets, Olu Fashunu, offensive tackle, Penn State, Malachi Corley, wide receiver, Braylon Allen, running back. And they also took Jordan Travis.
I like their draft. I give him a C, flat C.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just funny to me.
Philadelphia. Yeah, I know. Philadelphia Eagles.
Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback Toledo, Cooper DeJean, cornerback Iowa, Jalix Hunt, edge Houston Christian.
You lose a
It's
Kelsey, you
teetering.
draft a
It's
new one.
teetering. It's teetering B plus A minus.
Bro, I'm teetering.
They got two corners that basically were steals. So A minus for
Okay.
getting guys that dropped.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And that were
Steelers.
good.
Shout out Freddie Beagle, Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Round 1, pick 20, Troy Fautonu, offensive tackle. Zach Frazier, second round. Roman Wilson, third round. Also got to shout out their fourth round pick, Mason McCormick. They essentially revamped their entire offensive line in 3 picks. 3 of their 4 picks.
And
Five
so
picks.
yeah, give me B plus. Give me B plus. That's absolutely perfect for him.
I give it an A, bro.
I love it. I think this
Yeah,
team
A minus.
had my
Give me A
favorite draft.
minus. Yeah, give me A minus.
49ers, Ricky Pearsall, my Florida goat, pick 31. Renardo Green, corner, and then Dominic Pooney, guard.
Flat B.
Yeah. I don't think their draft is really special. Ricky Pearsall was a reach in my opinion, but I
Dude,
love it.
no, absolutely a reach. I literally saw it, I was like, bro, you literally could have gone him in the third round.
Yeah, exactly. He was like the 7th best receiver. They took him as the 3rd best or first, second
Yeah.
best. Seattle took Byron Murphy, defensive tackle out of Texas. Their first pick,
Mm.
Christian Haynes, a guard in their 3rd pick, and Tyrese Knight, a linebacker in their 4th pick.
Give me a C plus.
All right. Yeah,
Roster fill. Literally
exactly.
roster fill.
All right, Tampa, we'll talk about this one for a quick second. Graham Barton, offensive lineman at Duke, first pick. Chris Braswell, 2nd pick out of Edge out of Alabama. Tyke Smith, safety, a 3rd round pick out of Georgia. Also took Jalen McMillan in the 3rd round from Washington. And then Bucky Irvin, running back out of Oregon. We also took Elijah Kine in the 6th round and Devin Culp in the 7th round.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I thought we had a pretty decent draft. I mean, yeah, I wanted a corner like really badly in the earlier rounds, but like the picks that were made are not I'm not too upset with. I really like I mean, the statistic is that 95% of centers that are drafted in the first round pan out, so that's nice. Hopefully he's not a 5%er, but
He has the
I
best
mean,
grades
I
out of
think
every offensive lineman in the
I was gonna
draft.
say he's pretty good. I mean, he literally started his freshman year. He didn't even redshirt, so at Duke. So
Yeah.
I'd assume he's pretty good. I really like the our 2nd round pick and Black is it Blackwell, yeah.
Braswell.
Braswell, sorry, Braswell. I really like our 2nd round pick in Braswell. I mean, yeah, that's where I'd like us to pick a corner, but I mean, a guy with like 14 and a half sacks in college is pretty good.
Yeah, and all the
I'd
corners were off the board
assume.
that we'd like. So
So, uh, and then I like the Jalen McMillan pick, and I really like the Bucky Irving pick. I mean, it's a pass catching back to take pressure off Rashad White for being like an every down, and hopefully, yeah, not that Chase Edmonds is bad, but hopefully limits his rep count.
yeah.
And then Jalen McMillan is like I already like him as like a guy to replace Russell Gage.
Yeah.
Because I mean Russell Gage has literally been injured and not even that good for
Also,
us.
yeah,
So
we cut Russell Gage anyways. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, we needed him.
picking McMillan in the 3rd, they said that Chris Godwin's moving back to the slot. So he'll be
Right.
a full slot guy next year. My favorite pick, honestly, is Devin Culp. He's like 6'8". He's gonna be a huge tight end for us down in the red zone. So I'm excited about that. Josh apparently doesn't like that pick, throwing the poop emoji on his screen.
It's okay.
All right, our last two here. We got the Tennessee Titans, took J.C. Latham, offensive tackle, Alabama, Tavondre Sweat, defensive tackle out of Texas, and then Cedric Gray, linebacker out of North Carolina.
Who is this again? I'm sorry, Tennessee. This is Tennessee.
Yeah, J.C. Latham at Alabama, yeah.
It's a reach. Give me C, flat C.
All right, final one here. Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders, pick 2, Jaden Daniels, quarterback, Johnny Newton, defensive tackle, Illinois, and then Mike Sanristil, cornerback out of Michigan.
Give me a B minus. Another
And A
team
plus.
that's gonna go through not A plus. Another team that's going through a rebuild. I mean, quarterback, you definitely needed one. I think Jaden Daniels is better.
Dude,
Better option.
he's so done. He's so done.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Wrap it up, AJ, with
I
this.
think Jaden Daniels is a better option than Drake May at least. So I think they got that right in that regard. And I mean, yeah, any position would have been a good pick. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and shout out
Rebuilding
Washington. Shout out
time.
the Washington Commanders for taking Christian McCaffrey's brother Luke in the 3rd round at pick 100. All right, that's our
Congrats to you.
NFL draft takeaways. Drop a like on the video for our long-winded NFL draft recap. We will wrap up the episode here. Goodness, I don't know the number still. But we'll be back next week with our Premier League team of the season picks. We'll give our full 11 on who we think is the best 11 in the Premier League this season. Wrap us up, Josh.
Thank you for watching. Get this video to 20 likes and AJ will shave his beard. Goodbye.
Peace.